What's up, 7 October's here. Welcome to Nightmare on Sedgwick Avenue, the home of hip hop and horror. And today I wanted to talk about this dope hip hop and comics zine from a local here in San Diego, Zach Norris. He just dropped his first zine in this what's going to be a series, and it's really dope. It's called, and I have the book here, or the zine with me. Comics Rule Everything Around Me. Here's the cover. Here's the back. See if I can go a little bit back right here. So I had to support. He just dropped it on New Year's, and I had to support. Shout out to my friend Beth. She put me onto it. They have a comic book store called Now or Never here in San Diego, and he works there. And he's also selling this book there at the shop. So go and support. There's a few copies left, and I'll tag him on this post in case you guys want to reach out to him if you have any questions. But I want to do a quick review. I just got it the other day, or actually like yesterday, and I read it. Really easy read, fun read, entertaining. As a hip hop fan, this is a must have. Pretty much in this first series, or volume one is what he's calling it, is the name drops and references. So it's pretty much about rap songs, how they either drop a bar, talking about like comic books, superheroes, or anything in comics, or also the name of a song or a name of an album. Really dope. I learned a couple things that I didn't even know, so it's always dope to learn more about this hip hop culture that I love. But he gives like an intro of his love for hip hop and comics. He even has an interview with Atmosphere Slug, the MC from Atmosphere, and then it's just really dope. I'll kind of share a little bit, but he has also like where he's puts like the quotes of rap songs where they mention comics or like said songs or anything like that, where there's name drops and stuff like that and references. It's also different kind of I would call it a chapter, but of like different artists, and he kind of goes into detail of the integration between hip hop and comics, and how it plays a role. So it's like the Beastie Boys here. And so it's also like a one with like Pharaoh Monch, Jay-Z. Really dope. I really recommend it. It's a really interesting read. You can get to dig in here and kind of get to know a little bit more of history if you didn't know of the, like I said, like the whole thing with like hip hop and comics and how closely they are together. And it's really dope. I wouldn't say I'm like a huge comic book fan because I didn't grow up like reading the comics. I was more of like, I watched like animated series from like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman, all that stuff. So I was more like a 90s kid, grew up watching the TV series based on the comics. But as I've gotten older, I've started collecting comic books, whether it's superheroes or horror comics and all that stuff. And now hip hop too, as well, because again, it's really prevalent in both, where you get these references, and now even hip hop and rap artists are starting their own comics too for the past couple years, or even more than a couple years. And so it's really dope, and I can't wait to see the next volume. He said, Zach, that he's also going to do again, like talking about rap artists, starting comic books. There's so many things you can go into. That he's gonna kind of dig in and dive in, and I'm excited to see what he does next. But again, really dope zine. Go support it if you love hip hop, if you love comics, if you love both. These are really dope read, and again, you'll probably learn. I don't know if you're like a super nerd with comics, you might know some of these things. I'm not like super nerd in comics. I'm more of a nerd in hip hop. But even then, I learned a lot of things reading this, and it's a pretty easy read. Like I said, it's really fun. He has, like I said, short excerpts of like lyrics, which I'm like a huge fan of, like, lyrics and stuff like that. And then he also deep dives into it, where there's like a little bit more paragraphs and in-depth research of the connection between hip hop and comics. So definitely recommend it. Check it out. If you're in San Diego, Now or Never Comics, hit them up there in downtown San Diego and grab yourself a copy. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. Peace.